This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can find all the cards featured in this video in their store if you follow the links in the description below. Alright, before we jump into this Arena Cube draft, I want to remind everyone that Card Kingdom supports my content, sponsors my content. Their store has all the Magic products you could want, sealed products, singles, apparel, and you can visit their store using my referral link if you click on the link in the description below on YouTube or the logo below here on Twitch. So, alright, let's jump into this cube. Do I just want to go all in on a mill deck this time? We saw all the pieces in our last draft. Okay, so Mangara is pretty sweet, you know, just slows down the opponent, or, you know, lets you draw cards, basically. Gonti is quite good. You know, cards that are 2 or 3 for 1s are great and limited, and that's just what this can be. And in Cube, there's lots of cards like that. But there's also the tutelage, which we could just completely build around, and we could try to go with a mill strategy. Like I've said, it's a little dangerous sometimes because there are good Reanimator decks in here. So, you know, but I'm kind of inclined to do it. I think Gonti might be the safer pick, but let's see what happens. Okay, well, this card's great. I mean, it's great in any deck. Games go long here. Shuts down Planeswalkers, which there's lots of. Draws you extra cards. It's just crazy when you get it in play. Noxious Gearhulk is quite powerful too. Kills something when it comes down. Gains you life. Has a large body. I think we take the Immortal Sun. It's going to make it in literally any deck we build. Even if we're in a mill deck, we'll play it. The extra cards it draws us will make things like the tutelage better. Yeah, so I think we take the Immortal Sun here pretty easily. I guess if we're in like a hardcore aggro deck, we wouldn't play it, but... Okay. So, this is a pretty sweet card for the Go Wide deck, which is usually green-white. Same for a Johnny. Crawling Barrens is pretty nice in any deck as a creature land. Angel of Sanctions is probably the pick. You know, a creature that's removal and reasonably large is hard to say no to. Demonic Pact, huh? So, this is not the greatest pack. I think we take Cultivate. You know, it's a great card if you're trying to ramp and fix. I think it's what we're the most interested in here. Okay, so here's one of the best Go Wide payoffs, since it gives you bodies and pumps your whole board. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at that. I think that's where we end up. Although we do have a Ruin Crab. If we really want to force mill, that's probably what we should take. Do we want to force mill? Yeah, I kind of do. Let's do it. Let's force the mill deck. Okay, so, I mean, when we can. So Thirst for Knowledge is good with the tutelage. Probably should take Glorybringer here. That's probably the responsible thing to do, and I think I will. Unburial Rites isn't bad either, but Glorybringer is crazy good. And if we just don't see mill cards, you know, we have some good stuff to fall back on. Okay, so Ulvenwald Hydra is nice in a ramp deck, and we do have the Cultivate going on right now. Into the Royal and Spectral Sailor are both fine. They do both draw cards, which is good with tutelage, and good in general. The fact that searches for any land is pretty sweet. If we had, you know, the zombie-making land, that would be interesting. So, yeah, it's a tough pick here. I think I'm just going to go with a blue card, and I think I'd rather have Into the Royal, which can interact. Okay, so Filigree Familiar is nice. Right now, Seagate Stormcaller only has one thing it can copy, but that's not terrible. Scavenging Ooze is pretty great. If we're going to be milling our opponent, having some way to hate on their graveyard's probably not a bad plan if we're like a blue-green deck in the end. Which, you know, ramp plus crab, for example, is pretty sweet. I think we'll go with the ooze here. It's a pretty great little 2-drop with utility. So, you know, I mean, we're kind of staying open here, but keeping in mind, you know, that we would like to make mill work. I think we want Spring to Mind. It's another ramp card, and helps you ramp and fix, and then gives you something to play with all that mana in mind. So I think it's what we'll take here. There are some good red aggro cards here, but they're not like the crazy good ones. You know, Underworld Ragehound's just fine. So I don't feel really motivated at this point. Now this is actually a pretty good one that we could consider. We probably are just going to take mana here, though. Yeah. I mean, we're being kind of wacky here and forcing mills, so, you know. I guess we'll take Sheltered Thicket here. And probably an Ether Hub there. So we've got good fixing going already. So, you know, Grim Initiate's a solid one card for the aggro deck. We'll take the Electromancer. It seems more likely we end up in a deck that wants that, I think. So a nice +1/+1 counter payoff. I guess that's what we'll take. I don't see Reconnaissance Mission being great where we're headed. Okay. Well, we've already got some ramp in place, and Ulamog is here. I think maybe that really pushes us into a straight up ramp deck. So, hi Captain Hatch, glad you enjoy the content. I think we probably take Ulamog and really focus on ramp from here on out. Yeah. You know, we might still have the mill as a as a strategy, but we may end up jettisoning it. I mean, Ulamog's good enough that you do that. So, obviously enough. I mean, if you cast Ulamog, it's very difficult to lose. You know, even if they counter it, they get 3 for 1. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the fail case. So we do have a Merfolk Scavenger here, who's obviously quite good at milling. But that said, man, Eldest Reborn is really good. We could probably splash it. Palladium Mirror is pretty good for us if we want to ramp. Great Henge can be nice, but we do need earlier creatures for it to really be good. Man, I think we would take the Eldest Reborn here. So, yeah, I think we take the Eldest Reborn over the Mirror here and try to splash that thing. I mean, we have good fixing already, so it's not crazy to think it could happen. So Rashmi could be fun. Growth Spiral is fun for ramp. I think maybe we'd rather have the Spiral, yeah, for our ramping. Definitely a blue-green based ramp deck, at least at this point. So Prophetic Prism gives us some fixing, which we're interested in already. The Sphinx isn't bad. I mean, setting up draws and such is good. The Great Shark, pretty great as well. We're taking one of these blue cards, I think. I'm leaning towards Sphinx. Just that, yeah, I mean, I think our deck's more interested in trying to smooth out our draws and find our ramp and stuff than anything else. So this is pretty good, Gym Razor. We don't have a ton of creatures right now, but the ones we do have are not humans. This has lots of good stuff to blow up, so I think it's where I'm going to go over, like, you know, Nimble Obstructionist and stuff. So yeah. Take the Gym Razor. That's true. Ulamog can win with Mill. It just can do it without any other help. So, kind of an aggressive blue card here. Don't hate splashing Atris. Or Riel. We could take the boon, which is perfectly fine. Or we could just take a land, but none of them help us that much. Red is maybe not something we're going to be playing. So I think I'm going to go with Riel here. See if we can... I mean, now we'll play red probably, but... Okay, I think we probably take Green Seeker. Helps us hit lands. It doesn't actually help us ramp, but it does help us find mana, and I think that's attractive. So, okay. Rada, similarly, helps us find mana. We kind of do need removal, but, you know... At some point, we're going to need removal. I guess we're going to grab... Well... Yeah, no. We'll grab the land here. So, Secret Keeper did come back. Yeah, we'll take it. So, probably one of these lands. I think I'd rather have Steam Vents than that one. So we're not doing as well on ramp as I would like. So we're going to need to find some in this last pack. So right now, I think we're interested in splashing red for sure. Wow, last pick Priest. She's like one of the key cards for the sacrifice deck. Okay, Gilded Goose is really nice to see here. And I think, you know, there are lots of great cards in this pack, obviously enough. Some of which we're interested in, but we really need to push towards ramp. And other things to ramp into wouldn't be terrible, but, you know. We have 2 and 3, Sacred Serenity. So we'll get Gilded Goose here. Ramp and fixing all in one. So... White does not seem like a color we're going to end up playing. May end up playing every other color. Sensors. Ooh, Golos. Yes, please. I almost didn't notice we had Golos here. It's an easy pick. It's definitely what we want. Man, might have been nice to get our the Field of the Dead. I mean, maybe we can still do it. Maybe it's going to be in this pack. So I kind of doubt we're going to be able to play Glorybringer, but maybe I'm wrong. Our mana is pretty good at this point, but... Okay. So here's Patient Rebuilding, like a really powerful mill card. So yeah. There's also Karuga here, which seems pretty good in our deck. But I think maybe Patient Rebuilding is just going to be a better win condition for us than Karuga. I mean, Karuga does give us something else to play early, I guess. Oh, there's also an Elysian Caryatid. Maybe I should just go there. I probably should. Yeah, let's do it. Fixing and ramping are our friends. Okay, Sky Sovereign is quite strong, as is the Scarab God. And we probably just go with the Scarab God over Sky Sovereign. Yeah. Man, there's another really good ramp creature here, though. Shoot. And our mana's not perfect for the Scarab God, but we can definitely play it. Alright, I think we take the Scarab God here. And, yeah. Kind of hope we find some more ramp creatures. Well, this pack is kind of a dud. I mean, we'll probably take a dual land, I guess. But white is not a color we're playing. So, I guess Direfleet Daredevil's alright. Maybe we're playing red as more than a splash. Yeah, maybe we are. Okay, so Chainweb Arachneer is a nice little card. I do kind of wish we'd taken more removal at this point, but... That's pretty wacky. Wow, that's a late venerated Loxodon. Yeah. I guess we're going to end up playing technically every color because of our friend Golos, but yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll take Castle Garenbrig here. Okay, Llanowar Visionary here is good. I think I like it a little more than the Surge. I would like both, but, you know, that's not how it works. Unfortunately for us. Okay, we will take Overgrown Tomb here. Probably turn Timber Symbiosis. Not a bad thing to ramp into when we can. And when we can't, it's a land, and we need those. Yeah, probably Seagate Restoration. So, same thing. Yeah, Fibblethip isn't the worst thing for us to have. So I doubt we're playing you. So we're going to be 5-color nonsense, more or less. Bunch of powerful cards. Alright, we'll grab this Sacred Foundry. The question is how much of the mill we hold on to. Like, do we still want mill to be a strategy? I kind of think we're definitely leaving in... I think we leave in the tutelage. But I don't know that we want to keep in Secret Keeper or Ruin Crap. Probably not. Probably lose this Sprite too. Jadorfer Mill is not removal. I feel like we've had this conversation before. Mill and Disruption is not Mill and Disruption. It's not Disruption because it's random. For all you know, you're helping your opponent draw things instead of hurting them. And that is the basic problem there. Do I want this Lotus Field? We probably do. It's going to be kind of awkward, but the fact that it fixes for everything is pretty attractive, I think. So how many green sources do we have? We need a lot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only have 8. We could probably lose Concealed Courtyard. We have other sources of white that I think are better overall. Yeah. And then we can add in another forest. Oh, we actually have. I forgot about the modal double face card. So another green and blue source, which certainly matters. I think that's good, though. We can't really cut lands in a deck like this. Is Riel worth it here? I think Riel and Glorybringer might be kind of a problem. But maybe, probably not Glorybringer. We play it later. But Riel doesn't do that much in this deck. Fibblethip is basically just Elvish Visionary, but I think we're kind of okay with that. So maybe we lose the tutelage. Just completely remove our... Yeah, I think that's where we want to go. I think 42 would hurt enough that we don't want to do it, yeah. All right, this thing looks wacky. 5-color nonsense. I mean, we don't technically have white, but it is on our Golos. And obviously, Gilded Goose can produce it as well, and Elysian Caryatid. So, you know, we have white. The question is whether I should be running 1 Plains so that I can find it with Cultivate. Do I have 18 lands? I do have 18 lands, you're right. Okay. We could definitely go down to 1 swamp. I'm not really sure why there's 2, actually. All we have is the Eldest Reborn, so... that means we can put in 1 more card, which could be the Tutelage, I guess. It probably is. I think it's probably our best option. Yeah. Alright. I think we'll roll with this. I don't think we need to put a Plains in. We have 3 lands that produce white, and a few other creatures who do, so I think we'll be okay. Yeah. I'm sad that Mill didn't work out even as hard as we were pushing it, like as our main strategy. I think Tutelage is an engine on its own, so... and it's not that easy to deal with, so I'm okay with running it. Plus it loots, so... I had a harder time trying to think that we want Secret Keepers or the Crab in the deck, but... right, so... this isn't the best hand in terms of mana, but... I think we're probably going to keep it in the end. We're going to have a lot of hands that aren't good in terms of mana, I feel like. 4-color nonsense. Let's do this. That'll help. So, well, we actually don't have to play it yet. I forget, but I think we may as well. Intertap, yeah. I mean, it keeps us from taking the damage, so... fine by me. I think we probably Cultivate on turn 3 rather than play the Tutelage. Did we have 1 mountain in our deck, or... I almost feel like there's not one, which is going to be really annoying. There should be at least 2, probably. Okay, what do they take? Cultivate? It does ruin my life pretty miserably. Potentially, yeah. That's mean. Okay. They're a similar deck to ours, I guess. Alright, so I guess we're gonna Tutelage here. Hey, Golos. I think I'm gonna pitch the Glorybringer here. I mean, it could be the Green Seeker, but I can actually play it at this point, and that's pretty appealing, so... yeah, their deck's very similar to ours. Alright, so... Green Seeker. I'm gonna put a hold on our upkeep. Yeah, that's one thing we're lacking. Mirari's Wake would have been sweet. So you are a land. I guess it doesn't count, no. So, we're gonna Golos here. good. We do have one mountain at least. I think we grab Overgrown Tomb. So let's see what they can do with their insane amount of mana. That's mean. Why you gotta be disrupting me? What's that about? Well, well, well. So... that's not good. I'm gonna use this ability real quick. Okay, well... it's not really what I was looking for. Trying to decide if I want to just play the Immortal Sun here. I think we probably do. Yeah. Yeah. We'll end our turn. Yeah, Mirari's Wake is like the best card for this deck, I think, in the whole set, most likely. Makes it very easy to ramp into crazy stuff, while also, you know, pumping your whole board. When you have a mana sink like the Scarab God, too, it's, like, extra insane. And the fact that we're milling them is going to hurt us a little here, probably. They'll probably get our Glorybringer, though. Which hurts. Hurts my soul. So, Growth Spiral and Visionary will both mill 2 additional cards. So... it's probably going to be worth trying to hit our Ulamog with Turn Timber Symbiosis. I think that's one of the few things that might get us out of this problem. Oh yeah, we're going to mill an additional 2 cards because of the Immortal Sun, too. We are going to mill them a bunch. So we'll have to see how that goes. Oh my god. Yeah, that's not good. So they're probably going to kill Golos here. And attack with everything. Oh, maybe not. Alright, so we kind of have to take the 12 here, I think. Or, you know, even more than 12. Alright, so... they're going to mill 2... we're going to draw. They're going to mill 2 more. They have 12 cards left. It's like, do I try to go for a mill win? I would have to draw 6 additional cards. And I can do 2 additional cards right now. I can do 4 additional cards, but that won't be enough either. So I think we have to turn Timber Symbiosis and hope that we hit Ulamog. I think that's our best bet. Oh, and it doesn't cast it either. So it won't even... that won't solve our problems either. So if Ulamog won't solve our problems, it's probably better to Growth Spiral and see what we can do here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to cut it. Yep. I think we did. So, yeah, that'll just kill me. Man, discarding that Glorybringer was... ended up really coming back to bite us. 'Cause, you know, even that won't solve our problems either. So if Ulamog won't solve our problems, it's probably better to Growth Spiral and see what we can do here. Yeah, I don't think that's going to cut it. So I think we have to turn Timber Symbiosis and hope that we hit Ulamog. I think that's our best bet. Oh, and it doesn't cast it either. So it won't even... that won't solve our problems. It's probably better to Growth Spiral and see what we can do here. Okay. This looks pretty good. We get the free Scry 3. I think we probably bottom Symbiosis. Yeah. All right, so I think we play. It's not really any good way to make sure we can cast Growth Spiral on turn 2. But yeah, we'll play Seagate Restoration. Oh, I had Overgrown Tomb coming, so I can Growth Spiral. I guess we will. Nice. So still don't have an island. Oh, we do have a forest though. So yeah, we'll put Garenbrig into play this turn. So they're mono green deck, I guess. Mono green ramp, probably. It would be nice to have black mana. I guess Golos can do that for us in the near future. So we'll play our Llanowar Visionary here. And Hinterland Harbor. So we'll be lacking white for Golos' ability. Yeah, that's not good. Well, I think we're gonna lose again. I don't really know how I can cope with Kogla. If I play Golos, they can just kill it with his attack trigger. Ugh. It does give me the black mana that I need, but I think it's going to be too slow. Yeah. It's probably still what we should do, I guess. The Eldest Reborn doesn't really do enough either. If they just had Kogla in play, that would be one thing. Yeah, I guess we'll play the Scarab God. And hope we can get that going. But I'm not holding my breath. Yeah.
Crept too far. Tear it down.
Yep, we're dead. Oh, really? We're probably still dead. They should. I thought they were just gonna fight my Scarab, but. Yeah, basically our deck isn't that good at ramping. Is what I would sum up our problem as. Now, granted, we haven't hit our Ulamog or anything like that, but I think this deck needed a Mirari's Wake or something to really get there. Okay, this is pretty good. I like it. Turn 2 Rada. Yes, please. I guess we don't necessarily have to pay the 2 life yet. Yeah, we probably still turn 2 Rada here rather than Growth Spiral, I think. Yeah. So, let's see how we fare against a control deck. It would be sweet to have a blue land off the top and then Growth Spiral. Nope. It would have been sweet. Okay, so we attack with Rada. I guess I can play my Ooze and exile that crab to slow down their nonsense. So if they put creatures in, well, if they put anything in, I can exile it. So the creatures will make my Ooze larger. So there's blue mana for Growth Spiral. And there's our friend Glorybringer. Not exactly what I was hoping to draw with Growth Spiral. I guess if I play... No, that's not gonna... That doesn't solve my problems. I think maybe I just play Green Seeker and... Well, maybe I play the Arachneer. Just plan on blocking and then escaping it in the future. Yeah, then I'll play Green Seeker too. I'm sure they just won't attack, but I think that's kind of worthwhile. Yeah, that's not good. Ooh, red mana. Okay, red mana. Kind of leaning towards attacking here with my Ooze and then playing the Scarab God. The Ooze is a problem for them, so they may trade their Geists, which would be fine by us. Alright, so... Why do you think Scarab God draws a card? I'm playing it, but it doesn't draw me a card. Oh, it does draw me a card. I forgot about Selvala being a thing. Good call, good call. So, yeah, Selvala is nuts. We saw one at some point in our draft, but it was before... It was when we were trying to force mill still. Foolishly. Okay, there's a big boy. Okay, so... Do we want an Immortal Sun here or Scarab God? Probably Immortal Sun. So I'm going to attack here. I can use my Green Seeker to get this land off the top of our library soon. So they have a bunch of mana. I guess we're kind of hoping they don't find something to do with it. That is a big old creature. So this adds 7 mana, so... Now it adds 11 mana. God. We need this thing with reach to attack us. Okay, so I think we block with the Arachnir. Ooh. You actually go for a double block. Though if I get food, I can cast Glorybringer. But if I just kill this outright, I can use the Scarab God to get it. So let's go for the double block. So they must just not have anything to do with all their mana yet, other than play big boys, which is, you know, a thing. So yeah, I think we Green Seeker again here. Oh, hello. Okay. Well, I don't think we want to grab Lotus Field here. Not right away, anyway. Ulamog costs 9. We've got 6. We can turn Timber Symbiosis. It's probably just best, though, to Dungeon Geists them. Get their Dungeon Geists. Yeah. I guess I can play my Visionary first. I might as well. Okay. Yeah. Play the Hinterland Harbor off the top. Right now, Glorybringer doesn't do a ton. I have to wait a turn, really, for it to make a big impact. So let's get their Dungeon Geists. Tap down Ulvenwald Hydra. So 4, 5, 6. I think I'm gonna play Lotus Field here. Then discard, yeah, sacrifice a forest and an island. So next turn we should be able to cast Ulamog. Yeah. If we get to do that, I think we're in good shape. Yeah. We can deal with the most problematic cards. Wonder what they got. So if I play Ulamog, I think I probably get rid of Ashaya and Selvala. Uh-oh. Okay, it's just a Night Veil Sprite. I can live with that. Okay. So Search is going to transform next turn. Man, they sure played a lot of permanents this turn. It's kind of making my life miserable. Even Ulamog now, I mean, Ulamog's still going to be really good. But now it's like, should I just take out their flyers? Because all he has to do is attack once and they're milled out. So... Alright, so we're going to block Ashaya and take 4. Yeah, unfortunately they got rid of our Dungeon Geists. Okay. I think maybe I should just take out the flyers now. Because they're going to kill me, and all I have to do is attack once with Ulamog. So, yeah. So, get rid of the flyers. And hope we make it to our next turn. It's pretty crazy. He is not the biggest creature on this board. Okay, so I can exile 1 card from their graveyard. But I think that's... Yeah, they'll still have 7, so... I don't know that I need to do it right away. So, I'm going to discard you guys. And... I guess Growth Spiral at this point? Wait. Oh, I only have to discard one. Lol. I guess if I exile something now... no. I think we just let it happen. So, as long as we get to attack with Ulamog... and, you know, make it to our next turn, we can win. Hopefully they don't have as crazy of a turn this turn as they did last turn. It does set up Glorybringer to help us, which I guess is nice. Alright, can you kill me? Yeah, as I say, they probably are going to use that and see if they can find something to pump their 1,000,000 mana into. So it's possible they can kill us. That won't do it, though. Okay, yeah, so they're digging for some way to get rid of Ulamog. Yeah, that won't do it. Looks like we got there. They could have a bounce spell, I guess. Now I'm a little scared they have a ramp spell. Not a ramp spell, a bounce spell. Okay, they don't. Thank God for Ulamog. Coming through. See if we can get to a positive record here. See if we can do it. This is a pretty good hand. We don't have the blue mana for our Sphinx, but it is gonna mulligan for us. Mulligan for us. Scry for us. Well, I don't really think we want to put Ulamog on the bottom, but I mean, that's our main way of winning the game. So, I think I'm going to bottom the swamp and leave the rest as is. Yeah. We do have Garenbrig, which will help us get to Ulamog. Oh, we want to play the Thicket, actually. Hi, Juice Man. Glad you made it to the stream. Okay, so we're going to play the Green Seeker here. We don't have any ramp yet, which, I mean, other than Garenbrig, which is kind of sad, but... So I guess we're going to play Garenbrig here. Play Rada. And we do want to draw that since it's a land. And it's blue mana, so that's worth something on its own right now. Okay. So we can almost turn Timber Symbiosis. We'll be able to do it next turn. We know we're not going to get Ulamog out of it, but that's probably okay. Yeah, we'll attack with both. The question is whether I want to play my Ooze or if I'm like super worried they have removal, but I think we're okay. I might counter it here, which I'm actually okay with too. I can live with that. Oh wait, we can't turn Timber Symbiosis because this only works on creatures. Just kidding. Just remembered that. Okay. I think we'll activate it. Okay. Alright, so I think we play Tutelage. I might discard the Sphinx, honestly. I think playing one of these in the near future is our main plan. Play Overgrown Tomb. Pay 2 life for it. Play Caryatid. So if we can draw a land this next turn, which we basically have 2 tries at, we can turn Timber Symbiosis. I may kill my Caryatid here, I guess. I feel like overall this card's probably out of place. We don't really have a control deck. But, you know, it's whatever. I'm gonna bounce both of my creatures, which is pretty spicy. Okay, so I think we go Caryatid, Green Seeker, tapped Foundry. Hitting Glorybringer with this would be nice. Or what else do we have that would be really sweet? Well, I think we probably play Golos now. Let's see. We got 3, 6, 7. What land do we want to grab here? Probably Lotus Field. Yeah, I think we grab Lotus Field and then get rid of the forest. We need the Foundry for white mana. Maybe it's just Hinterland Harbor. I mean, that kind of sucks, but it's going to set us up pretty well to play Ulamog or turn Timber Symbiosis next turn. We don't really want to lose... I guess we can lose... Maybe losing Overgrown 2 makes the most sense. Yeah, it probably does. So, we'll still have mana, so it doesn't really... So, we'll lose... Wait, could I have cast Ulamog this turn? Am I an idiot? I think I might be. Yeah, Overgrown Tomb and... Well, we actually don't need the Foundry because of Lotus Field, so just kidding. We'll get rid of the Foundry. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so... Maybe we actually play Symbiosis as a land here. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so... We'll definitely be able to cast Ulamog this turn, even if they kill these things. The thing to worry about is them having counter magic. Okay, well now we don't have to worry about it. Now we just cast Ulamog. We take 6 here. And we use our Green Seeker. Yeah, they kind of had to deal with Golos because he was going to go crazy. But yeah, they don't know we have Ulamog as well, so... This way I can keep my Caryatid untapped, which could matter. So, yeah, I think we go after Incinerator and Soulscar Mage. And we will attack them. Golos is like our plan B. If they have a bounce spell or something. Even if they have a bounce spell, yeah. Yeah, maybe I should cut the tutelage for something. I mean, if Ulamog attacks once, it's over here from the mill. Which wouldn't be true if it weren't for the tutelage. It's true. Oh, man. Okay. I think that means we get there. So, I mean, since they won't concede, I'll go ahead and play Golos. Hello, MTG LaSalle. Tutelage does pair well with Immortal Sun, it's true. It is a win condition, but the problem is our deck's not that good at getting to the late game, like the really late game. Our deck is mostly just trying to cast Ulamog. But I may honestly not have anything better to put in, so... Like, we can't cast Essence Capture reliably enough. Or Direfleet Daredevil, I don't think. We can maybe make do with the Daredevil, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of red sources. We're 2-2, Juice Man. 2-2. So I think I am going to put in the Daredevil and cut the tutelage here. Hi, X Factor. Yeah, our deck isn't a very good tutelage deck. So yeah, we mostly win by Ulamogging people, as we did there. We actually just cut our tutelage. So that's pretty funny. Okay, this is a good one. Ooh, I don't know if we've really gotten to Cultivate yet. But we're gonna get to here. On turn 2. Interesting. So we're gonna pay 2. Player Goose. It's probably going to be better to Cultivate than Rada on turn 2, although we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think Cultivate is better. So let's Cultivate. They could counter it, I guess, which would be annoying. Okay, so we want to grab a mountain because of Rada. Do we want to grab a second? Oh, we already have a second island. We could grab our 1 swamp. But we have one card for that cares about that, but maybe that's fine. Yeah, we'll grab Mountain Swamp. We can play the Sphinx next turn. Oh, I guess we already had our Tomb, so that was dumb to grab our Swamp, in retrospect. Hey, Fibblethip. Yeah, so player Sphinx here. Just kidding, I played the wrong land. I'm killing it right now. So we'll play Harada here. Okay, so I guess we'll get the Foundry. Play it tapped. I guess I'll attack with Rada here. Ooh. Gem Razor's on top of our library. That could come in handy. Guess it would have there. MTG LaSalle, thanks for the resub. Glad you enjoy the content. So we're going to play Fibblethip and Greenseeker here, I think. So yeah, we'll Fibblethip. They could have a sweeper, but I'm not super worried about it. We still have gas in our hand after all, so. So on our upkeep, we're going to want to use Greenseeker to get that Ether Hub. Well, there goes that Ether Hub. The good news is our deck's not crazy graveyardy, but the bad news is we do like the graveyard. So I probably Glorybringer here. I was thinking I'd mutate Gem Razor onto Gilded Goose, but that doesn't seem necessary now. I think we just let's play a land just in case they have Censor. So yeah, we'll play Glorybringer here. And attack Ashiok. You know what? Fibblethip's gonna attack them. Yeah.
My victory was but
I'm holding on to the Arachnir for when they play Brazen Borrower. I guess I could start making food at some point. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. So Glorybringer is going to try to get us there here. Okay. That is less than ideal for us. Do we just try to race them at this point? In other words, mutate Gem Razor onto Gilded Goose and just attack them. I think... Oh, we don't actually have double green. So no mutating for us. Not this turn anyway. So I guess I could see if I have it on top of my library. Ooh, I do. I'm so good. Oh, yeah. So then we're going to mutate. So I think we're just going to go for it here with damage in the air. And then also play Sphinx of Foresight. So that is pretty close to lethal in the air. So next turn we can attack with the Bringer and do 4 to this too, so that if it has to block, well, that's not good. Luckily we don't have anything, our big guys don't die to it. Okay, so they're going to try to race us. They decided that too. And they might be able to win that race. Although, less likely if they don't attack with Scarab God there. So they can crew Sky Sovereign, which is bad, but other than that, you know. We're not going to be able to cast it this turn, unfortunately. Makes me wish I'd waited a little longer on our Gym Razor. We'll have to wait a turn, because we've only got 2 green mana. But I think we probably do want it. We'll Green Seeker here. If we can hit green mana. It's not green mana, but Eldest Reborn doesn't seem too terrible here. I mean, we still have green mana we can play too, so. So if I attack here, I get in for 8. It's probably worth it. And then they can swing back at me pretty hard, but I'll have some bodies in the way at least. I don't think we want to exert. No. Oh no. Okay. I thought it said blocks or attacks for a second there, and I was going to be like, whoopsie. Look, watch this, though. See you later, Sky Sovereign. I didn't know. I wasn't sure that would work out for me, but it did. Alright. Yeah, I think we need to play another body here. I knew I had green in hand, but I needed green that was untapped if I wanted to turn Timber Symbiosis. At this point, we have a pretty good chance of hitting Ulamog, but it is worth remembering that I won't get the triggers we want out of Ulamog, so. Okay, Wrinkle. Well, that means... Well, maybe it doesn't mean we win outright. No, it should. I mean, I can just exert Glorybringer. Yeah. We got there. We're not going to let it hit us either, so we're just going to block it with our Arachneer. Okay, that makes some sense. Well, there's a Scarab God. So... Yeah. That means they're dead, because this can't block. And I'll exert Glorybringer to kill that, yeah. Oh, I can block only creatures with flying. Why don't I read cards? I mean, oh, trample. Trample. I guess I should have blocked the Glorybringer there. Then they would have survived another turn. It's funny that this is still the art, because it's not actually in our deck. It's not actually in there. Alright, this seems pretty good. We did win without Ulamog, it's true. It was Glorybringer there, really. Oh yeah, I guess I could have exerted. Yeah, that would have probably been better. Yeah, so we'll keep this. Uh-oh. Is it an aggro deck? So we're going to play this tapped. Yep, it's an aggro deck. It's a little less than ideal. We haven't had to deal with one yet. So let's Growth Spiral here. So Llanowar Visionary is going to do a decent job here of slowing them down a bit. We can Scarab God next turn if Llanowar Visionary stays in play. So if they did that on their turn, they could have done more damage, but I'm okay with it. Yeah, so we'll still be able to Scarab God next turn, which hopefully is enough of a roadblock for them to cause some problems. Interesting. A ramp angle. So they must have some landfall, I guess? That must be what's happening. Can we outrace... Well, we're not going to outrace them, but can we keep them from killing us? That's the main thing we're aiming for here. Okay. Probably not worth the block here. No. There's too many burn spells that would mess us up. So we'd probably play Fibblethip and then leave up the mana for this. Yeah. Look out, it's Fibblethip. So we're at 11, unfortunately, for us. But I think us stabilizing is right around the corner. Of course, they could have an X spell to burn us out. That would make some sense. And they're gonna try. I don't think they can quite get there this turn. thanks to the Elvish Visionary I'm gonna make. Llanowar Visionary, whatever it is. We're making it. So we can turn Timber Symbiosis here, or we can just throw a bunch of bodies out there. I mean, by a bunch, I mean 2. I think we need the bodies. This is where, like, Cry of the Carnarium would come in handy. I could still cultivate, which is tempting. I think I'm gonna do it. We need them to draw a bunch of lands here to recover. I don't know that we have any life gain in our deck, so... Come on, Ulamog. Where are you? I do get to scry, which will help us find Ulamog. Well, I think them passing the turn here is encouraging, if that's what they do. Wonder what they're running green for. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Doesn't get rid of him, but... Nothing good is in graveyards right now. So... Eldest Reborn is actually pretty underwhelming here, with all their tokens and everything. Oh, hello. That's what we needed. That's what we were looking for. Okay, so... Alright. So we go after Soulscar Mage and Young Pyromancer. We'll attack with Sphinx of Foresight here. Maybe also the Visionary. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Ulamog. I had to scry for you a little bit, but you showed up at a good time. It's all about the Ulamog. Man, this has been a long draft. Which, I guess, isn't that surprising. Our first one was pretty long, too, I guess. I mean, we are 3 hours into the stream and not even done with our second one, so... This hand is slow, but we do have like all of our colors and ramp. I think we can get away with keeping it. If we're up against an aggro deck, this is going to be a hard one to survive with, because we do have some creatures like we saw in that last game that helped us with aggro decks, like early drops. So, yeah. Okay, so... They're probably a ramp deck, too. They could be mono green. Probably more aggressive then, yeah. Which is not good for us, as I've said. Oh, you know, drawing Scavenging Ooze here is pretty good. I think we'll play Harbor here and play our Ooze. They may just be able to kill it, but it at least gives them something they have to deal with. Eventually, anyway. It is one of our few ways of gaining life. I think it's our only way of gaining life, actually. Yeah, that's not good. I think we're going to get run over here, but could be wrong. Alright, so we're just going to pass the turn. So they're like a landfall aggro deck. So I kind of think I have to take 6 here, unfortunately. Oh, man. I was thinking Spring was an instant, like a fool. I've not read a lot of cards today. Hasn't been good. Okay. Well. Let's give that a try. I have a feeling we're dead, though. We're not immediately dead, but we will be in the near future, I think. If I hadn't effed up with Spring, we'd be a little better off, but it probably wouldn't have made a difference, the kind of start they had. Having both of these in play is pretty gross. Nah, Gym Razor doesn't do anything for us here. Okay. Well, I think we play Golos here. Probably grab Garen Brig just in case we top deck Ulamog. I mean... Yeah. But I think we're probably dead. Yeah, I mean, if I hadn't played Spring, I'd be like, I have one more turn of development than I do if I had played it. But this is just utterly overwhelming. So they can use Garen Brig, yeah, to activate her ability. Interesting. That's it? Alright, well, Golos is going to block that, and Scavenging Ooze is going to block that. I think they should be a little more aggressive here than they're willing to be. Don't really think you help. Well... I mean, you know, they could kind of afford not to be aggressive. And they, yeah, I mean, I guess I can cycle the Thicket and pray. I mean... Oh, you jerk. You're too late. I mean, you've shown up for me a lot today. This deck is probably overperformed. We've had a lot of decks underperform lately, but this one's probably overperformed. Just because we've drawn Ulamog every time we wanted to draw Ulamog. So, yeah. Well, I guess I'm going to play Rada here. And then a Lotus Field. Get rid of this island and this forest. We'd have Glorybringer on top, but I don't think it'll matter. We might get to cast Ulamog one more time if we can survive. And I think we can, actually, if they don't have a removal spell. Alright, so you're gonna block there. You're gonna block here. So I can go to 1 here. And I'm gonna do it just so I can cast my friend Ulamog. Oh, no, I can't. Hold on a second. I may have done that math wrong. So if we block all the biggest things, don't we still take lethal? Yeah, we do. Darn it! I wanted to cast Ulamog one more time.